What's up, YouTube? I am Shanika Lawrence. Again, I'm coming to you with another video. I've got a question for you. Should you pay more than $10,000 for a wedding? We all know how it goes. The dress, the shoes, the bridesmaids, the groomsmen, the venue, the food, the music, the decorations, and at the end of everything that has come up that we all spending on, not including the honeymoon, we looking at a bill that costs $20,000 or more these days, right? 2022. We not trying to spend more than $10,000. We're not trying to spend that much money for a wedding. So I know a lot of people will always say, this is my wedding. I want to do it big. I want, everybody to see this wonderful thing that I'm doing, and I'm bringing everybody in from all parts of the earth, and I want everybody to experience my wedding and to see me get married, and this is my big day. We all have that desire. But let me tell you, after the wedding, that lasts about 2 hours. Really, it's like an hour. After that wedding is done, after you've had your reception, after you've partied all night and you've been with everybody and you spent your time, even after your honeymoon, you have to go back home to bills. You got to go back home to real life. You still got a house, no car, no insurance, daycare. You still got all kind of things. And, thank God for the gifts that you got for your wedding, but I don't think none of that gonna pay for all of the stuff that we're gonna need for the rest of our lives. So I just think that we have to be mindful of that when we're talking about spending a lot of money. Should you go in debt? No, you should never go in debt trying to buy or trying to spend money on a wedding, especially that really a wedding is just an outward expression of your love and what you've already committed to, because in all honesty, we've gotten those papers and things like that. Half the time you're getting the papers done right before your wedding. So, you're already married a little bit, but basically it's like, I'm just doing this outward expression to show everybody. But I don't think that there's a need for us to spend a whole lot of money on trying to show everybody that. So me and my husband, thank God, we were so blessed when we first got married. I mean, I don't even think we spent over $1,000 for our wedding. And of course, we had a very small actual wedding. When we first got married, we got married in a very small church. It was my father-in-law, he was a pastor. So he married us in front of our family, like our immediate family. And we didn't have to do anything. I just went to the store, got a little white dress, and he got himself a little suit. We had, some little rings, some hand-me-down rings, and we just got married. We had a big wedding a few months after that, and again, praise the Lord, because we didn't pay for hardly anything. I'm talking about from the dress. I mean, I got my dress from a family member who had just got recently married, and they had a really nice dress. I mean, come on, I was 18 years old. I was gonna take whatever, but it was so nice, and I wore it down to, I think the only thing that we paid for was the actual facility that we used. But even down to the music, we had somebody to sing at our wedding. The actual wedding planner, the singer, his wife did everybody's makeup. We had a family member that did the videography and the photography. I mean, guys, even the honeymoon was paid for. We hardly paid for anything. And so I like to always go back to that, because I say that it's not really about the quantity, about what you're putting into, your wedding, but it's really about the quality of the relationship, because again, right after that, you guys have life to spend together. And I know people who have spent thousands of dollars on weddings, and they are divorced right now. And it's like, man, what you spend all that money for? I hope you didn't go into debt spending money on that, versus I look at myself and my husband, it's like, we hardly spend anything and we're still married today. Now, that's not to brag, but that's just to say, it's not about what you're putting into your wedding. It's not about the wedding. Some people won't even have a wedding because they don't feel like they're gonna have a wedding up to par, or we're just gonna wait to get married because I can't afford right now to have the kind of wedding that I've always dreamed. Don't do that. Don't hold back. Marry the man or the woman of your dreams and keep it simple. You don't have to go all out. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on a dress or a facility or on food or on, it don't gotta be ghetto. It can be nice, but you can spend that under $10,000. The key to this is budgeting. It's not just our budgeting after we get married, but the key is budgeting for the wedding. And you can always save. So like, let's say that you don't have the money right now, but you know that that's something that you want to do. If you and your boyfriend or girlfriend are together now and you guys have decided that that's something that you want to do in the future. So the best way to do that is to come up with a number that you think that your wedding could cost. So let's say it does cost about $10,000, and let's say that you guys plan to get married in a year and a half from now. So what you'll do is take your $10,000 and you would divide that into your 18 months, which is your year and a half. And then you will be able to see, okay, this is how much money we need to put aside every month to make sure that we have enough money to put on this wedding. And this is a good way, I think, to kind of make sure that you guys have the available funds that you need for the wedding and that you do not go in debt for this wedding. Because again, we have life after this. After that's done and you get to that point, then you could just spend the money that you need out of hand. You don't have to borrow from anyone. You don't have to get a credit or a loan. You can just pay the money that you've already saved. And this in turn will teach you guys really good money habits that you can implement throughout your life, throughout, your marriage. Anytime you guys are ready to buy something in your marriage and you don't want to put it on credit, then you can always use this similar strategy to get to the ending goal. So guys, no, I don't think that you should have to spend more than $10,000 for a wedding. Why? I don't really think that it's very necessary. I understand that people want the best, the biggest, and they want the nicest, and they want to show everybody everything that's going on with their lives. But guess what? When it's all said and done, it's just gonna be you and your boo together, and that's it. I know mama wanna plan the wedding, your best friend, she wants to put her 2 cents in, or your big dog bro, he got all kind of ideas about what y'all can do afterwards. But listen, we can't make everybody happy. Our only obligation is to do just to make our spouse happy, right? And as long as we have agreed before we've gone into that planning phase, that this is how we want to spend our money, this is our budget, a reasonable budget, and as long as we can do that on one accord, then we know that as long as we have made our commitments, then we are on the right road to where we need to be. Inflation is real. I know it's a real thing. Everything is going up, all kind of supplies, shortages in employees. So it will be a little bit harder to find the kind of things that we need to accommodate for what we really desire. But again, we have to kind of go back to the question, what's really important? What is the main thing? What do we really need to get done here? And we really just need to have a wedding. We really just want to consummate our vows. We do want people to have, an experience when they come and see this, but we don't have to spend arms, legs, toes, and elbows just to get that accomplished. We can do it in a smart way. 2022, a lot of things has happened in the last couple years, and for some people it has changed the way we're able to utilize our finances, and we have to be smart now. We have to really make good decisions, to each his own. But for the average individual, we just want to make it known that this is something that we've decided to do, and we want everybody to be a part of it. And after that, it's on us. So let's be wise. Let's be money strategists and put that money somewhere else. Look, we can put that money in a 401k, a 403b. We can put that money in some investments, some stocks. We can do something else with that money, but we don't gotta put it on this wedding because, We know what it is. You and I, we know what it is. I know what it is. I don't have to keep up with nobody or show off for nobody. Let's just go the simple route and get married and just be together for the rest of our lives. And let's just make smarter financial moves going forward. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope that answered some of your questions of whether or not you should be spending more than $10,000 in 2022 for a wedding. I love y'all. I'll see y'all very soon in the next video. Bye.